Imagine a world in 2011 teetering on the edge of chaos. In Russia, a civil war rages between the government and ultranationalists led by Imran, a man obsessed with restoring Soviet glory. In an unnamed Middle Eastern country, Khalid al-Assad stages a brutal coup, executing President Yasser al-Falani and seizing power. These twin crises threaten global stability, and the United States and United Kingdom launch joint operations to stop them. This is the story of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, a 2007 masterpiece that redefined first-person shooters with its cinematic narrative. You'll follow two soldiers, Sergeant John Soap MacTavish, a fresh SAS recruit, and Sergeant Paul Jackson, a U.S. Marine. Guided by the seasoned Captain John Price and supported by the sharp-witted Gaz, they face impossible odds to prevent a catastrophe. Mission 1, FNG, Fucking New Guy. The story kicks off at the SAS training facility in Credenhill, England. You're John Soap MacTavish, the new guy in the elite 22nd SAS Regiment.
Right. What the hell kind of name is Soap, eh? How'd a muppet like you pass selection? Soap, it's your turn for the CQB test. Everyone else...
Captain John Price, a grizzled veteran with a no-nonsense demeanor, greets you with a stern, "Let's see what you've got, Soap." His voice carries the weight of experience, and you feel the pressure to prove yourself. You run through a training course, mastering marksmanship with a G36C rifle, learning to use cover, and practicing knife takedowns. Price watches closely, offering tips, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. The highlight is the Close Quarters Battle, CQB test, a mock assault on a ship's interior. You weave through tight corridors, taking out cardboard targets with precision. If you finish in under 19 seconds, Price nods approvingly. New squad record, Soap. Not bad. This mission sets the stage, introducing Soap's inexperience and Price's leadership.
We have visual on the target. ETA 60 seconds. Copy, 2-4.
Mission 2, Crew Expendable. Your first real mission drops you into the heart of danger. It's a stormy night in the Bering Strait, and Bravo team, Soap, Price, Gaz, and others boards an Estonian freighter named Waldekats, suspected of carrying nuclear materials. The ship sways violently, waves crashing against its hull, and rain pelts your face as you rappel from a helicopter. Price whispers through the comms, "Quiet and careful, lads. We're ghosts tonight." You and Gaz, a seasoned CS operator known for his quick wit and sharpshooting, move silently, taking out guards with suppressed weapons. Gaz quips, "These blokes thought they could sleep through a storm? Big mistake." In the cargo hold, you find a crate with Arabic markings, hinting at a nuclear device linked to Khalid al-Assad. Before you can secure it, MiG-29 jets attack, rocking the ship with explosions. You grab the manifest, confirming al-Assad's involvement, and sprint to the extraction point as the ship begins to sink. The helicopter lifts off just in time, leaving the Waldekats to the sea's mercy. This mission's high-octane action and tense atmosphere set the tone for the stakes ahead.
Gotcha! We're all aboard! Go!
Roger that. We're out of here. Faceplate, this is Big Bird. Package secured, returning to base. Out.
Mission 3, The Coup. The perspective shifts to the Middle East, where your President Yasser al-Falani, bound and driven through a city in chaos. This cinematic mission puts you in the passenger seat, unable to act, only observe. The streets are alive with al-Assad's forces. BP-2 armored vehicles rumble past, 24 helicopters roar overhead, and civilians are executed in the open. The air is thick with dust and fear. You're brought to a public square where al-Assad, a cold and ruthless figure, delivers a fiery speech to a cheering crowd. With a chilling, "This is where it begins," he executes you with a Desert Eagle, broadcast live to the world. This short but brutal mission establishes al-Assad as a formidable villain and sets up the U.S. response. Mission 4, Blackout. Back to Soap and Bravo team in Russia. Intelligence from Nikolai, a Russian informant, points to his capture by ultranationalists. You're tasked with rescuing him in a small town under cover of darkness. Snow falls gently, and the silence is eerie as you infiltrate, avoiding patrols. Price's voice is steady, stay sharp, Soap. One mistake, and we're done. Gaz always ready with a quip that, let's not keep Nikolai waiting. He's probably bored out of his mind. With support from Sergeant Kamarov and Russian loyalists, you storm a building, engaging in close-quarters combat. Bullets fly, and the chaos is palpable as you clear rooms to find Nikolai, battered but alive. He reveals a critical piece of intel. Al-Assad is working with Imran, the ultranationalist leader. You extract via helicopter, but Nikolai's warning about a nuclear threat lingers, raising the stakes.
2 hours, why?
The Americans are making mistake. They will never take Al-Assad alive.
Mission 5, Charlie Don't Surf. Now you're Sergeant Paul Jackson with the 1st Force Recon Marines, under Lieutenant Vasquez and alongside Staff Sergeant Griggs. The U.S. has invaded the Middle Eastern country to capture Al-Assad. You hit the beach at dawn, the sound of waves mixing with distant gunfire. Vasquez barks, Jackson, move up. Stay on my 6. You push through a town, clearing buildings in intense urban combat. The streets are a maze of rubble and enemy fire. Your target is a TV station broadcasting Al-Assad's propaganda, but when you breach it, you find only a looped recording. Al-Assad has slipped away, leaving you frustrated but determined. This mission captures the chaos of urban warfare and the Marines' relentless drive.
Got a loop.
He's not here.
Broadcast is recorded. Yeah. Score 1 for military intelligence.
Mission 6, The Bog. Still as Jackson, you're now tasked with rescuing an M1A2 Abrams tank. War Pig, stuck in a bog. Enemy anti-aircraft guns, ZPU-4s, block air support, so you fight through a junkyard to destroy one. Griggs shouts, Jackson, hit that ZU. We need those Cobras. With the gun down, Cobra helicopters provide cover as you reach the tank. Engineers work to free it while you hold off waves of enemies. The mission ends with War Pig rolling out, a testament to teamwork and resilience.
Listen up. We don't have much time to get this tank out of here. We'll take up defensive positions around the bog, here, here, and here, and buy the engineers some time to get the tank moving. Hoorah!
Mission 7, Hunted. Back to Soap. Bravo Team's helicopter, Hammer 2-6, is shot down over rural Russia. You're alone, evading ultranationalist patrols in open fields. The tall grass is your only cover as you hear dogs barking in the distance. You find an FIM-92 Stinger and take down a pursuing Mi-24 helicopter, the explosion lighting up the night. Price's voice crackles through the radio, so get to the barn. We're holding there. You reunite with Price and Gaz, who jokes, thought you'd run off without us, mate. The team fights to an extraction point, showcasing survival under pressure.
Bravo 6 will cover you all the way to the extraction zone.
Mission 8, Death from Above. In a unique perspective, you're an AC-130 gunship operator supporting Bravo Team from above. Through thermal imaging, you see Soap, Price, and Gaz moving through a town. Your 105mm howitzer and 40mm cannons rain destruction on enemy positions, from tanks to infantry. The radio chatter is constant. Target confirmed. Fire for effect. This mission highlights the power of air support and gives you a god's eye view of the battlefield. Mission 9, War Pig. As Jackson, you're back with the Marines, escorting War Pig through the city. Enemy RPGs and small arms fire come from every direction. Vasquez yells, "Keep that tank moving, Jackson." You clear buildings and alleys, ensuring the tank reaches the extraction point. The 46C Knight helicopter swoops in under heavy fire, pulling you out in a dramatic escape.
Lieutenant Vasquez, this is Outlaw 2-5. The task force is moving in to capture Al-Assad. It's all hands on deck for this one, so get on board, over. Roger that. Marines, we just got a fix on Al-Assad's position. Everyone on board, let's go!
Mission 10, Shock and Awe. The Marine campaign's climax. You're part of a massive assault on the capital to capture al-Assad. Intelligence suggests he has a nuclear warhead. You fight alongside Cobra helicopters and an AC-130, pushing through the city. You rescue a pinned-down recon team, but a Cobra pilot, Palayo, is shot down. You carry her to safety, only for al-Assad to detonate the nuke. A blinding light engulfs the city, followed by a mushroom cloud. Jackson and Vasquez and 30,000 U.S. troops perish in this gut-wrenching moment, one of gaming's most iconic scenes.
Go, go! Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're in for some shots. Hang on. Jake, give me max power.
All U.S. forces be advised. We have a confirmed nuclear threat in the city. Nest teams are on site and attempting to disarm. I repeat,
Everyone, hang on!
Mission 11, Aftermath. A brief cinematic shows news reports of the nuclear devastation. The world reels, and the U.S. vows retribution. This sets the stage for the IS to take the lead.
At this time, and will be operational within 2 hours. Personnel are there. I am. Personnel with highly elevated levels are advised to seek medical attention at the first available opportunity.
Mission 12, Safe House. Nikolai's intel points to al-Assad hideout in Azerbaijan. As so, you assault a village with Price and gas. After intense fighting, you corner al-Assad in a barn. During interrogation, a call from Imran reveals his involvement. Price, enraged, executes al-Assad with a single shot. Gaz, standing nearby, mutters, "That's one less problem to deal with. The true enemy is now clear, Imran."
Cell phone. Who was that, sir?
Zakayev. Imran Zakayev.
Mission 13, All Gillied Up. In one of the most iconic and nerve-wracking missions of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Mission 13, All Gillied Up transports you back to 1996, deep into the heart of Pripyat, Ukraine, a ghost town left in the wake of the Chernobyl disaster. The eerie silence of this abandoned city, now overrun by decay, sets the perfect stage for an unforgettable mission. As Lieutenant John Price, you're under the command of Captain Macmillan, a seasoned veteran with nerves of steel. The two of you are cloaked in ghillie suits, blending seamlessly into the surroundings like shadows, moving with calculated precision. The mission is clear: eliminate a high-value target, Imran. But in the haunting ruins of Pripyat, every step you take is fraught with danger. The city's once bustling streets are now deathly quiet, interrupted only by the faint sound of distant howls from wild dogs and the ominous creak of rusted Ferris wheels that sway in the wind. The mission is a tense cat-and-mouse game as you carefully navigate through the crumbling remnants of the city, stealthily avoiding ultranationalist patrols who are also hunting for you. Every moment is a test of patience and precision, and Captain Macmillan's voice is your only anchor, slow and steady Price. One wrong move, and we're done. After days of waiting in a dilapidated hotel, the tension is palpable. Finally, you spot the target, Imran, standing in the distance. The world slows down as you line up your shot with a powerful Barrett .50 cal sniper rifle. Your breath catches, and in that moment, everything hinges on a single pull of the trigger. The shot rings out, but as the bullet travels through the air, the wind shifts, and instead of a clean kill, The bullet only manages to sever Imran's arm. In an instant, everything changes. The mission spirals into chaos, and your escape becomes a race against time. With enemies closing in from every angle, and the haunting remnants of the city watching silently, you and Captain Macmillan are forced into a desperate fight for survival. As you weave through the eerie streets of Pripyat, the wild dogs that once howled now seem to growl closer, a constant reminder of the danger that stalks you. The adrenaline surges as you scramble to evade the relentless ultranationalists who are hot on your heels. Every corner could be your last. Every shadow could be hiding an enemy. What was supposed to be a covert operation has turned into a brutal escape, and every step feels like the final one. The cinematic tension in this mission is thick. It's like a spy thriller where the stakes are nothing less than life and death. The atmosphere, the soundtrack, the pacing, everything about All Gillied Up is meticulously designed to keep you on the edge of your seat. From the first quiet moments in the hotel to the final heart-pounding escape, this mission captures the essence of stealth, strategy, and survival, cementing its place as one of the most iconic levels in the history of Call of Duty.
Alpha team, this is Big Bird. Get your ass on board, over. Tango down.
Mission 15 Heat. Back to 2011, 8 hours after al-Assad's death. Ultranationalists attack your position in Azerbaijan. As SOAP, you use C4, a Black Hawk's minigun, and Javelin missiles to hold them off. Gaz's humor shines. These blokes don't know when to quit, do they? Marines, led by Griggs, arrive to extract you, ending the siege. Mission 16, The Sins of the Father. Task Force 141, a joint US Marine unit, targets Victor, Imran's son, for intel. You chase him through a Russian city, fighting through alleys and buildings. On a rooftop, Victor shoots himself rather than be captured, enraging his father. This mission's high-speed chase is pure adrenaline.
No!
Mission 17, Ultimatum. Imran seizes a missile facility in the Altai Mountains, launching 2 ICBMs toward the U.S. East Coast, threatening 41 million lives. You infiltrate via halo jump, cutting power to the facility and rescuing Griggs. The clock is ticking, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
We got a problem here!
Delta 1 X-ray, we have a missile launch. I repeat, we have a missile.
There's another one!
Delta 1 X-ray, we have 2 missiles in the air.
Roger, Bravo 6. Our satellites are tracking them now. Get your team inside the facility and retake the launch control center. We're working on getting the abort codes from the Russians at this time. Out.
Roger that. It's on now,
Mission 18, All In. Inside the facility, you fight to the control room. Using C4, you destroy armored vehicles and reach the console. SOAP inputs the abort codes, and the missiles detonate safely over the Atlantic. But Imran's forces pursue you through collapsing tunnels, making escape a race against time. Mission 19, No Fighting in the War Room. A cinematic confirms the missile's destruction, a fleeting victory as Imran's forces close in. Mission 20, Game Over. On a Russian highway, your escape trucks are trapped when a bridge collapses. An oil tanker explodes, wounding the team. Imran arrives, executing Gaz with a cold shot. Price, barely conscious, slides his M1911 to Soap. In a final act of defiance, Soap kills Imran and his guards. Loyalist forces, led by Kamarov, arrive, but Price's fate is unclear as Soap is airlifted out. Modern Warfare is a cinematic tour de force, blending heart-pounding action with emotional depth. From the nuclear tragedy to the haunting Pripyat mission, it's a story of sacrifice and heroism. Soap's growth, Price's leadership, and Gaz's camaraderie, marked by his sharp humor, make the characters unforgettable. In Modern Warfare, a nuclear detonation results in the loss of approximately 30,000 U.S. troops. Additionally, a missile threat looms with the potential to cause around 41,096,749 casualties, though this catastrophic event is ultimately prevented through the intervention of U.S. forces.